Okay, YouTube. Welcome to episode 2 of the Grant Chronicles. um, Decided to start recording in my living room for a second because my connection in my bedroom is like really shitty. Oh, I gotta take these bands off. It's hot in here. It's like 1,000 degrees because my wood stove over there. So yeah, this episode's gonna be like about my life, or my personal life, as people would call it. Basically, I'm gonna start kind of from the beginning and why I'm like this. Oh, the hands are hot. So, yeah. Uh, Going to start with the beginning. Let's see. I don't even know where to begin, to be honest. Let's see. I'll start from way back when. Start way back when. Kind of. About a month ago, I was diagnosed with clinical depression and ADHD. I've been living with these two conditions all of my life. I'm 18 years old, and it's been rough. It's been really rough. A lot of people don't like me in my school. I come from a small town. A lot of people don't like me in my school because I'm different than them, and I can't control it. Can't control my being different, and it sucks. It really does. I've been bullied my whole life, like, by everybody, and it's really hard to control it. My ADHD tendencies and whatnot. It helped me develop a really good moral system. I'm not sure if it's the people I'm around, or if it's the way my brain works, but I have really good morals. It's probably from growing up with two twin sisters. I suffer from the depression actually partly because of them being the youngest out of three. The two twin sisters are valedictorians of their class and nurses, and they are just basically everything my parents could ever want and ask for. And I'm the fuck up. I'm the shitty child. I'm the one that they never really wanted to deal with, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so fucked up. But I'm not here to cry in front of you guys. I'm here to elaborate on the rest of my life, which is completely screwed up. I've been suffering with depression for a long time, but probably not as long as the ADHD. The ADHD straight out the womb. Like, I'm fucking nuts crazy with it. 1,000 thoughts in my head at once. And I also suffer from insomnia because of the ADHD, because at nighttime, for some reason, my brain's like, hey, you're awake. You need to stay awake. And I'm just like, okay. So it's just like 1,000 thoughts in my head all at the same time, all at once, every single second of the night. And it's just like, blah, 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 and it never stops. It just brain just constantly going, never stopping, just working in there, telling me all of the things I'm doing wrong in my life all at once. In the nighttime, it's great. It works perfect because the night is actually one of the times when people are most depressed because there's no sunlight, no vitamin D, nothing to boost their endorphins or to let their endorphins out, which it's probably a chemical imbalance in my brain is screwing me basically. But also the winter time, being up in the northern part of America, in Michigan, I barely get any sunlight, like during the day, like 8 hours, 7 hours of sunlight. It's really shitty. It blows. During the winter, it's the worst time. I'm the most depressed. So yeah, but during the summer I'm like completely a different person. Well, I have to be, because during the winter you can hide everything with long sleeves and a hoodie. And if you know what I mean, I feel so bad for you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you have to deal with that. Um, I'm sorry you have to go through those things, but you're not alone. There are other people out there. That's the reason why I'm making this blog, so I didn't feel alone, kind of. I wanted to see if there were other people that were going to respond, like, good about it, I guess. I mean, I'll probably get called a faggot. I've been called a faggot my whole life by everybody. I'm not a faggot. Well, I mean, sorry if that's derogatory, but I really am not. I support gay marriage. I don't care what you do in your own house or your own life. It's not my life. I can't tell you what to do. It's between you, God, and the other person you're with. I'm not I'm not here to tell you to not have intercourse with somebody. Have all the intercourse you want. I mean, do it safe. Don't get diseases and things like that and give them to other people. That's kind of rude. I'm not going to give you my diseases because, I mean, I would never want anybody to suffer from the crazy mentalness that's going on up in here. But I really want everybody to just accept the fact that it doesn't matter, honestly. It's not your life. You're not going to change anything. If you think you're going to kill off everybody that supports gay marriage and is gay, you're dead wrong, because there's a lot of people out there that really do care for other people like that. I've had personal experiences between my family members, I'm not going to say which ones, who have been experienced the other side of the sexual spectrum, and I've supported them when my other family members told them they were going to hell. And I hope they appreciated that. And I hope you guys appreciate that I support you too with your decisions, your partners, because it's about who makes you happy in your life, and not just what other people tell you. You're not supposed to care what other people think. I've learned that really through the hard way, the hardest way, being bullied and told I was a faggot most of my life because I was different, because I live in a rural town where there's redneck assholes everywhere. I mean, no offense to rednecks, but these guys, I mean, are legit ignorant assholes. I think rednecks are the greatest people on the planet because, like, I mean, they fish, they hunt, they provide, they do a lot of labor, and they're good people, usually good and honest. They are really extremely racist, stereotypically. I'm sorry I'm stereotyping people. I usually don't judge or stereotype, but a lot of people in my town that participate in the redneckdom are racist and are prejudiced against gays and are very homophobic. But then there's some good ones that aren't, and I applaud you. But it's just not even a stereotype of one specific group of people. It's everybody who is prejudiced, everybody who is racist. I'm not racist. I have a black cousin. I may say racist jokes, but they're just jokes. I mean, I don't know. I don't mean anything by them. I mean, you can call me a cracker all you want. It's not really going to affect me. Although people are like, oh, saying cracker versus the N-word is like completely different. I'm like, they're just words. You got to learn that everybody's going to try and hurt you in some sort of way so they can feel satisfaction out of it. And I'm sorry that happens in this world, but it's always going to happen. It'll never stop. So, that being said, talk about my depression for a bit. I'm clinically depressed probably because I've deduced it down to a couple of things. One being the only child and being kind of left out. My mother left me a few times for different job opportunities. Not her fault. She needed to support our family, and that's wonderful. But I needed a mother at the time, and not just a father. And she was gone quite a lot. Different places downstate, 3 or 4 hours downstate, and in other states too, which was really hard for me to accept for a lot of my teenage years. And I was doing a lot of traveling, trying to stay up, trying to compete. I had two jobs at one point. Um, I had two jobs working in Boy Scouts sports. I participated in a lot of sports, almost all of the seasons for the first 2 years of my high school career. And I did homework and whatnot and tried to keep decent grades. A, B, C, average student. What can I say? I really don't care that much about our education system because it's all ruled by the government anyway. What does it matter? We're all going to get brainwashed somehow or another. Oh, that's a good stretch. So part of my depression is having to grow up quite early. Earlier than most people. I had to get a job at like 13. I didn't really have to get a job, but it's like I want money and a car so people can like me. I was really concerned with people, what people thought of me and what people liked about me, so that's why I played so many sports and did so many activities and didn't really show my true nature until about this year because I stopped giving a fuck this year. I mean, I like these type of rock bands. I like to listen to Screamo. I like these people that are in the bands. I like skateboarding, and nobody in my town is going to tell me any different. Just because I grew up in a family that we have to split wood and we've hunted before and whatnot. My dad's a hunter, an avid hunter. Doesn't mean I have to follow the same path. I'm going to do what makes me happy, and these things make me happy. They always have, and they always will. I'm glad my parents are starting to accept that. So, probably another reason why I'm clinically depressed is my shitty luck with girls. I've had some honestly, I've had some really bad luck with girls. Like, for most of my high school career, my freshman year, I had a serious relationship. It lasted from the beginning of 8th grade year to the end of freshman year, or towards the end. It was about a year and 2 or 3 months long. The girl who I was dating was a complete bitch. She made me depressed and brought me down to her level all of the time because I was getting bullied and she was getting bullied for being with me because, I don't know, people didn't like me back then. They still don't like me because I think it might be jealousy. I have no idea. Might be because I'm smarter than them. I don't know. They're pricks though, and they're complete assholes. They don't see anything through open eyes, which is terrible. They're assholes. Anyways, so that relationship really fucked me up. I ended up having a sex addiction because of this girl. After we broke up, she was still, I don't know if it was in love with me or she still needed what I gave her, but she basically controlled a good part of my sophomore year too, with having me meet up with her and continue these meetings, these things we did together. A lot of things. So I kind of learned at an early age different things, different ways to please women. I'm more of a people pleaser, if you couldn't tell. And then during my sophomore year, I started dating this other girl. And my sex addiction didn't really cease. I still wanted to do things, but I'm not a cheater. I'm not that person. So I wanted to do things, but this girl was too nice for them. And after 4 months of keeping it all bottled inside, I had to break up with her because I was not going to force her into anything that she didn't want to do, and I wasn't going to tell her and try and be that. I wasn't going to be that guy. She was too nice for me, and I'm just an asshole. I let her go, and I think she's doing okay. I think she's honestly a really good girl, and she was way too good for me. So, let's see, junior year, I mean, I struggled with some more relationships, small ones, some girls like 2 weeks, 3 weeks long, break up with me because their ex-boyfriend or whatever still likes them, or they wanted to date a different dude. I had this one girl take me to homecoming and at her school, neighboring school to us, and I asked her out in the form of a note at the end of the night because I really liked her and I wanted to do it somewhat cute. And like a week later, without telling me or without texting me at all, she hadn't texted me in a week, and she was already dating some other guy that was at the dance that was flirting with her a lot of the time. So I tried to crash my dirt bike into a tree and kill myself, but it didn't work. I lived. The bike lived too, which is good because my dad would have killed me probably if I lived and the bike didn't. Yeah, that happened. About I want to say half a year later, I I started getting into a serious relationship with another girl over the summer, about a month long. I really liked this girl because we had been friends for a long time, and I knew her for a long time, ever since like the sixth grade, and she was really cool to me and really nice, and she's really sweet, and I wanted to take this very slow, so I did. And I held back my addiction. I held back everything, and I was taking it really slow and really good. I was really proud of myself. And then the day before school started, she's from a different school. She said that her boyfriend of 6 months or something like that before me wanted to get back with her, and she decided she wanted that too. So she left me. Um, Backtrack, I forgot to tell you this story. 3 months before that, or 4 or 5 months or something like that, in the middle of the winter basically, I tried another suicide attempt. This is my second suicide attempt. I was seriously dating this girl from, oh shit, what, from 45 minutes away or something like that. We talked and met a few times, and then she wanted a long distance relationship with me, and I said as soon as I get my license, which was only in another month or two, I'd visit her all the time and see her on the weekends or whatever and stuff like that. And she was cheating on me for 6 months of the time with her ex-boyfriend, who also has the same name as me, which is sick and disgusting. It hurt a lot, and I tried to drink myself to death. I downed 3 bottles of whiskey in 10 minutes. 3/5. If you know how big of a fifth is, they're pretty big. Luckily, my sister found me on the floor, passed out. Well, I wasn't really passed out. I was like half awake, still swearing and slurring about God knows what, this bitch or whatever. I don't know. Found me, picked me up, took me to the bathroom, stripped me down, my clothes, tried to give me a cold shower, and then tried to make me regurgitate whatever I drank. So there's that. That was the second suicide attempt. And my last attempt at a girlfriend, I guess you could say, was this girl that I've been seriously talking to for a long time. She about 6 months, 7 months, almost 8. We didn't date or anything, and I really wanted to date her, but she kind of friend zoned me, and I didn't see it until it was too late. But I asked her to prom, to my first junior prom, and she said yes, and I was so happy. No girl has ever been that gorgeous and that understanding and that philosophical and that understanding of a mind in this town for me to relate to and to like me enough to talk to me. It was crazy. I get this girl to go to prom with me, and she shows up. She's an alcoholic, and I was trying to struggle with her for quitting her addiction for a really long time. She had vodka in her locker at school, and she showed up to school drunk half the time. I could smell it on her breath. But I was helping her through it, and for a while she was clean for about a month. I got her to stay clean for just about a month. Then the shakes came back, and she relapsed and whatnot, and you know how the story goes. Once an addict, always an addict. You can't fix it very well. It takes something catastrophic. She showed up to the dance drunk, and I think presumably high. She took a look at me, and I drove there separately because she wanted to drive separate with a couple of her friends, and my dad said he didn't want anybody else in his car, which is understandable. He just wanted me and the other girl, and she wanted her friends to come with us, and I'm just like, sorry, this is my dad's rules. She's like, that's fine. So she shows up to the dance drunk and I think high, takes one look at me, and I'm standing in front of all of my senior and junior class that are like right behind me, sitting at their tables, eating food, and I'm kind of like up near the punch. I'm the only one up near the punch. It was kind of like a really big scene, actually. Everybody knew I wanted this girl really bad, and everybody knew that I was probably never gonna get her, and in the back of my mind, I knew that too. And so she took one look at me, and she said, "I can't do this," and then ran out the door, which you're not supposed to come in and then leave. It's totally, no, you can't do that, because you could just spike the punch and then leave real quick, and I don't know. You're just not supposed to do that, and she did, and the principal called up to her, and the cops came and whatever. But it was real good, because everybody in my school and in my class kind of like just saw it all play out in front of me, and saw basically heartbreak right then and there. I wanted to leave and cry and kill myself, but I didn't. I stayed and danced the rest of the time and kind of had a good, okay time. Then I went to McDonald's afterwards and ate my feelings away and smoked a bunch of weed. Just kidding, I don't smoke weed. Uh, so yeah. Um, but, so a lot of my depression's probably been around my shitty situations with girls, my shitty family life situation I've always had, and this mental disorder and this mental whatever I got going on in my head, which is probably why I self-harm. It's getting pretty bad. I don't want pity, and I don't want anybody to feel bad for me. But I just want you guys to know that you're not alone out there if you self-harm too. I self-harmed in different ways by punching things and whatnot over the years and made bloody knuckles, but cutting was the way that I've chosen mostly. It's really hard to come out about these things and tell other people, but I feel like this blog is going to help me maybe deal with it. And I sure hope I reach out to somebody else, because I just want to help people like me. I'm here for you guys. Hope everybody has a good Christmas. See you guys later.